And register. Our own Frank Luntz was in Iowa recently with a special focus group of GOP caucus voters to see what they thought of the former House Speaker. We're going to play those clips in just a moment, but joining me now is the author of a brand new book out today, Win, the Key Principles to Take Your Business from Ordinary to Extraordinary. Pollster, the one and only Dr. Frank Luntz is here. How are you?
I'm having a great day.
Congratulations on the book. You know, one of the, and by the way, thanks for your nice words in the book about me, but I didn't deserve them, but thank you. You know, I love the fact that you talk about very specific phrases. For years, what a lot of people may not know about you, you have been advising politicians, business leaders, people in the public arena, how to communicate. And there's a right way and there's a wrong way.
And this is it. This is the last book. There will be no others.
This is it, huh?
That is it. And Win was all of the secrets put into a single book. The phrases to use not only for a politician or a business person, what to say to get a raise, what to say when to get a job, the kind of communication the public wants to hear. The beginning of the statement, I'll give you an example, two examples. I get it. That phrase, I get it, communicates I'm listening, I hear you, and I understand.
We have the number of them. The simple truth is, you know, if a politician or somebody in business, you lay it out, there it is, no excuses, uncompromising integrity, the simple truth. Let's go to work. You decide. You want people to close speech with, all right, now let's go to work.
It's the best conclusion. It enlightens people. It inspires them. It gets them to get up and do something about it. There are 100 specific recommendations, and I say to everyone who's watching right now, if you want to win the next debate with your friends, if you want to be able to communicate to your neighbors,
liberal neighbors,
then read this because it actually makes a difference. The words that work are in Win.
All right, well, let's apply it to it. It's sort of speculative now whether Rich is going to form the exploratory committee. My guess is I think he's really leaning towards getting in, but we'll see over time. But you looked at with Iowa voters, you dial tested. Let's run one of the tapes.
If you were a member of the President's Deficit Commission, which just put out this plan, $4 trillion in deficit cuts over the next decade, would you have voted for it?
No. It's the wrong commission on the wrong topic. The number one topic is jobs, because if you're at 4% unemployment, you just cut the deficit in half. The second, I'm against any tax increase on capital gains and on dividends, because it makes us less competitive with China, Germany, and India.
All right, let me tell you why I think it was good. It was so definitive and simple.
And he's basically saying one of the powerful words, believe in better. Don't accept what the Deficit Commission said, that we can do better, we don't need the taxes. And in fact, if we didn't have the unemployment, we would not have the deficit that we've got right now. Where Gingrich is best is not just explaining the problem, it is articulating the solution.
And that's important for anybody. And this is the thing, what you're saying here is that anybody can be successful. Like, for example, I know some brilliant people that couldn't communicate their way out of a wet paper bag. They have great, very smart, brilliant people with brilliant ideas, but you put them in a room and you ask them to communicate to people. It's hard. Isn't that the number one fear people have, communicating with people, giving a speech?
The single greatest fear is getting a letter from the IRS. The second greatest fear is...
for liberals being on this show.
Is speaking before a large audience. And the third greatest fear is being caught naked in front of the public. So I'll let you decide which is the greatest fear. But here's the issue.
It's not a fear of mine, Frank. You know, it's never going to happen.
I'll leave that where that is.
It's never going to happen.
You need the context. Three things you need. The opening sentence is the most important part of the communication, not the close. Everybody spends all their time figuring out what's the last paragraph. They want to know. People react to you based on your very first sentence. Second, you have to set the context all the way through. Why does it matter? And the tone is that powerful delivery at the end.
I thought there was a powerful moment. You dial tested this for us. Newt talking about the Democrats being the party of food stamps. This is interesting. Watch the dials.
The key question I was raising in suggesting that the country ought to choose between the Democratic Party of food stamps and the Republican Party of paychecks is to be honest about the consequence of bad policies. When you have a tax increase, Obamacare, cap and trade, giant spending, big bureaucracy, giant deficit policy, you kill jobs.
That phrase, there's one word in there, the consequence. That word captures the fear that people have about policies, both that are implemented and ones that don't. The word consequences captures your attention, and it makes you focus.
Frank, the book is great for anybody in politics, business, and if they want to communicate better with their customers, with their friends. Great advice.
What's it called?
Win.
Win.
Yes.
The key principles to take your business from ordinary to extraordinary.
All right. Frank Luntz, good luck with the book. And it's on Amazon.com, bookstores everywhere. And a quick